So I just want to try. Okay, that is kind of bright because I turned all the lights down. But anyway,
That was cool. That was the telephone. I magically stopped clapping right when the music stopped on the CD, and that was a coincidence. I would say this feels a little bright.
Yeah, it feels a little bright. I've got this something pointing in your face somehow. Let me just see if I can get up there and break my neck a little bit. But he only died a little bit, Your Honor. I only killed him a little bit. I didn't really mean it. I already yanked the other lamp off. Is that one any better now?
No.
Exactly the same on you. Oops.
Whoops.
How's that? Oh, you did that?
I did that.
I would say that's definitely a tad dark. Yeah, that looks good. That's halfway.
If you're a first-time viewer of Zen Voodoo Brotherhood,
Zen
Voodoo Brotherhood, and you get the feeling that we're a little bit obsessed with lighting, you'd be right.
Well, the thing is, you got to be able to see the person, don't you know?
On this particular evening, we're also a little bit obsessed with Picari's sweat.
No, we're not. We're entirely forgotten and moved beyond that into the more the melodious things of life.
Such as
Coffee and Tibetan Buddhism.
Hey, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to decide when to scatter my mother's ashes. My mother wants her ashes scattered in this wooded area behind the elementary school, near where we live. And we always played in that area as kids, and now there's a trail through it, you know. That's where my dad's ashes are. She put them there. That's where she always took her little dog for a walk up until she was about 80, 82. She died when she was just about 97. So this book, which came out, I think, around, 1927, I think. The first translation into English of this ancient manuscript, which goes by the little bit of scary title called the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And so since then there have been many other, I think, translations and transliterations, and this is certainly not the most accessible text, and yet it's my favorite of them all anyway. I love it somehow just because of its obscure language. The idea is that from the day a person dies, their spirit goes through different levels that are attached on top of reality. And it takes 49 days. Finally, after 49 days, when you say a prayer for them every one of those days, after 49 days, they're free. Whatever's going to happen, whatever's in their karma is okay, in God's hands, you know. So I think after 49th day will be July 13th, which is a Sunday, I think. So I think that's when. So this is music played on bata. In Cuba they call this la música, what is it, primitivo? No, I've already forgotten. No, folclórico, sorry. Mi español es muy primitivo. La música es la música folclórico. And people can study this in university. And work at it, and they get as much respect and the same pay as anyone else who takes that long. It takes 7 years to get your ticket to be a master percussionist. Okay, then you get the same pay as a doctor. Should be. So the music flourishes, and this music is polyrhythmic. There's 3 drums on 3 players' laps, you know. The papa, which is the medium-sized drum, who carries most of the melody. The mama, which is the big boom. Boom, 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 boom. That one, that's the mama. And then the baby, they're really high, usually playing this more, you know, more outlining the basic structure of the rhythm. So the music is a pathway to God. God, of course, does not talk, as you know, but He sends angels, or He sends intermediaries, and they can speak for God. If you're nice to them, if your heart is pure. So, it's not just anybody who can speak for God. Those people are God. Orisas. And the Orisas will come down into a person if you play their song for them and your heart is clean. And you believe in God. Come down and feel. You can dance. You can be Him. Or
And that's the way it all began. I seem to have lost my head tonight.
oh no, where have you gone and lost your head again?
It's been known to happen. Everything else is right here, but my head has just vanished. It's the strangest thing.
Well,
How did that happen? Where did my head go?
I think maybe your cosmic wind has been disrupted by just the merest touch of the breath of the end of a flung finger of the goddess, she, the wonderful mother, Kali.
That could be true. Tune in next week.
But first of all, we have to read one passage from the Tibetan Book of the Whatsit. We can go over 10.
Okay.
One passage, maybe. The ever-present unspoken assumption of the Bardo Toda, Book of the Dead, is the antinominal character of all metaphysical assertions, and also the idea of the qualitative difference of the various levels of consciousness, and of the metaphysical realities conditioned by them.
Top that.
Stop that, the carry sweat.
Well, hopefully next week my head will have found me again.
I know.
But for tonight,
Don't forget to practice Tai Chi.
seems to have vanished.